I'm David Toman, author of Nootropics Expert, and this YouTube channel. Now, in this video, you'll discover the nootropic benefits of Pramiracetam. This is an update to a video I made on Pramiracetam several years ago. You'll learn why we use Pramiracetam as a nootropic supplement. You'll learn what it is, how much to use or the recommended dosage, how many times per day to take Pramiracetam, the potential side effects, and the best place to buy Pramiracetam. It's all in this video. So why should you listen to this video about Pramiracetam? Well, because Pramiracetam has been shown to significantly boost acetylcholine use in your hippocampus. It also has a profound effect on the synthesis of acetylcholine, which is critical for encoding new memories, for better concentration, cognition, and neuroplasticity for long-term memory. Pramiracetam increases nitric oxide activity in your brain, which acts as a vasodilator, which boosts brain blood flow. Better blood flow delivers more oxygen and nutrients to brain cells, resulting in better learning and memory. So, if you find this video useful, please subscribe to this channel and hit the share button so others can learn more about Pramiracetam and how it may help them with their brain health goals. So stay with me for a few minutes and I'll tell you more about Pramiracetam. So let's get started. Pramiracetam has been shown to boost overall cognition, focus, working, and long-term memory and learning. Pramiracetam is a fat-soluble nootropic in the racetam class of compounds. Pramiracetam was first synthesized by scientists at Parke-Davis in the late 1970s and was first tested with Alzheimer's patients. Seeing mixed results, the company tried it with major depression, and then licensed Pramiracetam as an orphan drug to Menarini, who continued research on using it for dementia. And by the way, Parke-Davis was once America's oldest and largest drug maker. It has since been acquired by Pfizer as part of their acquisition of Warner Lambert in 2000. Parke-Davis has an interesting history and were pioneers in many areas, including drugs that affect cognition. Even conducted some research with peyote in the early 1900s. Now, back in 1991, Parke-Davis licensed Pramiracetam to Cambridge Neuroscience. The nootropic was then tested for restoring cognitive function after stroke or traumatic brain injury. The researchers found that Pramiracetam was up to 30 times more potent than the original Piracetam. In Europe, Pramiracetam is prescribed by doctors for the treatment of dyslexia, ADHD, dementia, and other memory problems. Brand names for prescription Pramiracetam include Pramistar, Nurprenir, and Remin. Pramiracetam shares the unique quality with Coluracetam in the racetam class of nootropics. Its primary method of action is boosting high-affinity choline uptake in the hippocampus, which helps increase acetylcholine synthesis and function, which in turn helps overall cognition, improve memory and recall, learning, and focus. Pramiracetam has been shown in the lab to not directly influence GABA, dopamine, norepinephrine, or serotonin in the brain. So don't look to Pramiracetam to correct your mood or anxiety issues. It's not going to work. Pramiracetam does increase nitric oxide activity in your brain, helping to increase brain blood circulation, which improves the efficiency of brain cells needed for motor function, learning, and visual function. Pramiracetam boosts brain health and function in several ways, but two in particular stand out. First, Pramiracetam improves memory. Several animal and human studies show that Pramiracetam has a significant impact on memory. In this animal study, researchers gave Pramiracetam to rats in a one-trial test. This is significant because it proves that Pramiracetam works right out of the gate. It doesn't take multiple doses or a couple of weeks to build up in your system. It works on the first day you use it. Now, scientists found that rats had a significant improvement in retention by using Pramiracetam, and the effect lasted for 24 hours. And then second, pramiracetam increases high-affinity choline uptake. Studies have shown that pramiracetam boosts high-affinity choline uptake in the hippocampus. This increase in acetylcholine makes more of this neurotransmitter available to neurons for cognitive processing, increasing attention, mental clarity, memory, and verbal skills. High-affinity choline uptake is the uptake of choline in synapses needed for acetylcholine synthesis. This is a critical link in the chain of events needed for your brain to make acetylcholine. Studies with pramiracetam and other racetam nootropics like Coluracetam show that boosting high-affinity choline uptake increases memory and even restores memory function in parts of the brain that have been damaged. Pramiracetam helps boost acetylcholine synthesis and use in your brain and increases cerebral circulation, or brain blood flow. As a nootropic, pramiracetam easily crosses the blood-brain barrier. And since it's fat-soluble, it must be taken with a healthy fat to ensure absorption. Pramiracetam increases the amount and efficiency of acetylcholine by influencing the high-affinity choline uptake system in your brain. This increase in acetylcholine can have a profound effect on overall cognition and memory. Now, with pramiracetam, you'll find it easier to focus, and your learning ability will improve. This increase in acetylcholine in your hippocampus helps with logic and understanding complex mathematical and technical subjects, if that's your thing. And increased neuroplasticity, along with more acetylcholine and improved brain blood flow, affects long-term potentiation. So, you may find it easier to recall long-forgotten memories. Many neurohackers report that taking pramiracetam quickly gets your brain firing on all cylinders. There is an intense increase in focus and possibly even a boost in confidence. But once you get accustomed to this laser-like focus, the novelty wears off and you become used to being able to focus at will. Pramiracetam is reported to be great for intense, long study sessions, or when you face logical, attention-based tasks where you need sharp focus, like when you're doing a presentation before the board or a group of VCs, or the kind of focus that you need when you're trying to convince your wife of something, like you need a new tool from Home Depot. This nootropic makes burning through tedious, arduous tasks that require a level of sustained focus easier, and that would otherwise seem difficult. Others report improved recall ability, fluidity of thought, and better verbal fluidity, and improved and faster numerical calculations. Pramiracetam normalizes brainwaves. Researchers working with old Fisher 344 rats found that the aged rats had a consistently different EEG profile from young rats. They found slow brain waves were present in both the frontal cerebral cortex and the hippocampus. Theta brainwave activity was missing altogether, but was dominant in the brains of the young rats. Now, theta brainwaves are associated with creativity, integrative experiences, and relief from trauma. Theta brainwaves are commonly experienced by meditators. An aha moment is a burst of theta waves in your brain. This research team found that pramiracetam normalized brainwave activity in old rats. And even more interesting was the older sibling piracetam did not produce the same effect on brainwaves. And that tolerance to piracetam was a problem, but not with pramiracetam. Now, while it hasn't been proven in the lab, this study shows that pramiracetam could be of benefit to the older generation looking to improve cognitive function. And then pramiracetam improves memory. Researchers in Italy investigated pramiracetam effects on memory and memory training by a therapist. The types of memory measured were objective memory and meta-memory performance. Meta-memory is both the inner knowledge of one's own memories combined with the processes for formulating new memories with no inner knowledge. 35 healthy volunteers were chosen with an average age of 64.8 years. 10 subjects received memory training only. 8 received Pramiracetam. 10 received both memory training and Pramiracetam, and the control group received nothing. Results of the study showed that those receiving both memory training and Pramiracetam experienced a significant improvement in memory, followed by the Pramiracetam only group, and the memory training only group and control group scored the lowest. The research team concluded that Pramiracetam significantly improves memory, and the addition of memory training to Pramiracetam use has an even more profound effect on both types of memory measured. And then Pramiracetam enhances cognitive function. This double-blind, placebo-controlled study worked with young males who suffered cognition problems due to traumatic brain injury. The men had problems with memory and recall. One group received 400 milligrams of Pramiracetam every day for 18 months, and the other group took a placebo. Now, memory was measured during the trial and for 1 month after Pramiracetam was discontinued. The researchers found that Pramiracetam produced a significant improvement in cognition, memory, and recall. And these improvements were evident as well during the 1-hour follow-up period after Pramiracetam had been discontinued. The recommended Pramiracetam dosage is 250 to 400 milligrams up to 3 times per day. 1 Pramiracetam dose in the morning, 1 early afternoon, and if you're doing a third dose, do it later on in the afternoon. Pramiracetam is fat soluble, so for best results, take it with a quality fat, like unrefined coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil. If you don't take Pramiracetam with a supplemental fat, don't expect much improvement in cognition. Pramiracetam is one of 2 racetams, the other being Coluracetam, that have a profound effect on high affinity choline uptake. This means it will help your brain make more acetylcholine and boost the use of acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is synthesized from the available choline in your brain, which means for best results you should stack Pramiracetam with supplemental choline. I recommend a good quality choline source like alpha-GPC or CDP choline. Pramiracetam tastes particularly nasty, so you might want to take it in capsules or tablets rather than as a powder, unless you're making your own capsules, of course. Do not try to take Pramiracetam sublingually, because it will literally burn the lining of your mouth. Pramiracetam is non-toxic, so it is considered well-tolerated and safe. As with many of the racetams, Pramiracetam can cause headaches because it boosts the use of acetylcholine in your brain. Choline supplements like alpha-GPC or CDP choline can help you avoid this side effect. Now, many neurohackers also find that stacking Pramiracetam with a choline supplement, it boosts the effect with improved memory and cognition. And this is supported in several research studies. Some users report that Pramiracetam blunts their emotions, and decisions when it comes to life and work issues are logic-based rather than emotional. Now, this can be good or bad depending on the situation, of course. You can call it emotional objectivity. Pramiracetam is sold in tablets, capsules, and powder form. Tablets and capsules are usually 250 to 300 milligrams each. You can currently buy this racetam from Science Bio or Cosmic Nootropic. You'll find links to these stores down in the notes section of this video. Just click on the More button down below the video, and the notes section will open up and you'll find the links in there. I also include links to Cosmic Nootropic and Science Bio in the original transcript of this video over on my website, Nootropics Expert. Links to the transcript are down below in the notes section of this video. And so that's my report on Pramiracetam. If you want to see links to the studies I talked about, go to nootropicsexpert.com and search for Pramiracetam, or click on the link below in the notes section of this video. Now, once you are at my website, Nootropics Expert, you'll find a full transcript for this video. You'll also find dozens of articles on all the well-known nootropics over on Nootropics Expert. And if you haven't already, download your free copy of Secrets of the Optimized Brain. It's nearly 100 pages and contains details on 92 of the most popular nootropics used today. And it is finally available, the second edition of my book, Head First, the complete guide to healing and optimizing your brain with nootropic supplements. Head First, the second edition, is 962 pages and is available in hardcover, paperback, or iPad and Kindle. Now, you can get your copy at any major bookseller, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Balboa Press, Apple Books, Walmart, and others. I've got links to these stores down below in the notes section of this video, so make sure you get your copy today. Now, if you could use some personal help of choosing the right nootropics or figuring out how to deal with your own brain health issues, consider booking a personal consultation with me. You'll find a link to my calendar below down in the notes section. If you want to see more videos on all the best nootropics used today, subscribe to this channel before you leave. I'll be putting up new videos on nootropics and optimizing your brain every week. I'm David Toman, author of Nootropics Expert.